Ayanda, that's correct. We are outside here on St. George's Street here in Bloemfontein. And where I am, you can see that there is, if I can just allow my colleague to pan, this is the police barricade on St. George's Street, Ayanda, where the police and the traffic department are, and they're controlling access into the court, and they are very strict, I must say. And I must say that even for the members of the media, Ayanda, it has been a bit of a merry-go-round this morning trying to access the court precinct. I guess it talks to the level of security around here. But I can tell you, Ayanda, for now, they still, Bloemfontein is getting up and getting to work. That's what we're seeing right now. People just getting ready to go to work. We have not seen from where we're standing any hordes of supporters coming in, but obviously it is still very early. I'm sure by the time court starts at 9 a.m., we will see those supporters of Ace Magashule. And I must say, Ayanda, even his detractors actually will be out here protesting. So it's going to be a very interesting day out here outside the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court. But going back to your question, Ayanda, about the origins of this case, I think it would be important just to remind our viewers as to where it all started. Of course, you would have heard at some point there was evidence that was led before the State Capture Commission as to how 255 million rand project that was meant to be about the assessment and the removal of asbestos roofs in the Free State actually came to naught. But the money was paid out, no less than 230 million being paid out, but not a single asbestos roof was removed in any of those houses. And the origins of this story, it goes back, Ayanda, to 2014, where the Department of Housing in this province awarded a contract to a company owned by businessman Edwin Sondi, who is now here as a third accused, and two companies linked to him. We do know that his original business partner, Ignatius Mbambani, was killed in Sentin in 2017. So in total, there are 16 accused here, Ayanda, including the 3 that were arrested yesterday. And from the NPA, we understand that one of those accused is a legal advisor in the Premier's office. This is somebody who had worked with the current ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule, who was the Premier in the province during the time of that contract. And if you go back and looking at the indictment, Ayanda, actually it is quite damning on the accused, particularly the accused number 1, who is Ntimotse Mukresi. He is the former head of Department of the Housing Department here in the Free State, in terms of how that contract was awarded and how the companies that were awarded this contract actually did not have the technical know-how of how to assess or even remove asbestos. As you would know, that asbestos is regulated by law in terms of how it is handled because of its hazardous nature, but these companies did not have that. And not only were they paid millions, Ayanda, in trenches, but they subcontracted this work. So there's one company, or two companies rather, Black Diamond Trading and Capital Hill, that is owned by Sodi and his business partner. That is the company that got the lion's share, 230 million. And what did they do? They subcontracted that to another company for 44 million. Even the second company, Ayanda, could not do the work. It probably did not want to do the work, and they probably thought they had a windfall. They handed it over to a third company for 21 million. But at the end of the day, what do we have, Ayanda? We have the people of the Free State still with the very same asbestos roofs that they had when this project happened. But where is the money? The money is all gone. No one can account for it. And that is why, Ayanda, we're here today.
Absolutely. And very quickly then, Sbu, this case also becoming a real thorn in the flesh of the ANC when it comes to how it's going to ventilate its step-aside resolution.
Yes, exactly, Ayanda. I mean, it comes at a time. In fact, that resolution, that step-aside resolution, is a contentious issue in the ANC, given the fact that its Secretary General is an accused before court, charged with corruption and fraud. And now what does that resolution say? It's a resolution that was taken at the ANC's Congress, the 53rd Congress. Actually, right in this city, it was the Mangaung Congress that took that resolution. That resolution was further was affirmed by the 2017 Congress at Nasrec, which was supposed to give the ANC's Integrity Commission teeth to be able to go after ANC members and leaders who are accused of corruption. It seems basic and straightforward, Ayanda, in that it says if you are charged with corruption, you should voluntarily step aside. If you do not, you should be suspended. But the party has been unable to implement this very resolution insofar as Ace Magashule is concerned. At the last meeting that it had last week, at that NEC meeting, it finally adopted some guidelines. But these guidelines didn't come easy, which tells you, it talks to the divisions within the party, that even though they had a straightforward resolution, which seems to be clear, the NEC of the ANC could not resolve this. They took it to the Integrity Commission. Ace Magashule appeared before that Integrity Commission in December. Still, the Integrity Commission recommended that he be asked to step aside or be suspended. But the ANC's National Executive Committee still could not resolve it and took it and kicked it down the lane to the new committee headed by former President Kgalema Motlanthe. That committee has pretty much come back and told them what the original resolution had told them, that they need to ask him to step aside. But we understand now it's about a month to go before that decision is effected. But will Ace Magashule go? We do not know. But what we know is that while this is a legal case, it is also a political one, in that outside this court there will be ANC supporters and those who believe that Ace Magashule is being persecuted. But equally, there are his detractors, those who believe that Ace Magashule oversaw the rot that happened in this province and want him to be held accountable for that. And all of that, Ayanda, will be playing out here outside the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court.
Yeah, still early in the morning. What time, Sbu, do we know will proceedings begin?
Proceedings, Ayanda, will begin at 9 a.m. I spoke to the NPA's spokesperson, Siphoning yesterday, last night, and he told me that because we do expect that this will be an appearance and also it will be postponed because obviously this is a big case, it will eventually be fought out in the High Court. But he did say now, because there are these new accused, the 3 accused, it may take longer than anticipated and that there's going to be bail applications. But 9 a.m. court will begin here in at the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court, Ayanda.
Sbu Ngalwa, thanks very much indeed.